The weather gets warmer in central New York, but on the blue turf for Utica City FC, it feels like a chill has arisen. Welcome inside the Adirondack Bank Center alongside Nicholas Whaley. I'm Arnaud Fokrell. And Nicholas, the big news this week for Utica City FC, the return of Kelvin Olivera. I mean, the news channel's all over it. Kelvin being back is so huge for this Utica side.
Absolutely, one of the best players to ever grace MASL. You know, brings that Brazilian flair, obviously, and 29 goals last season, just 12 games. I mean, he is an absolute superstar, and certainly exciting to see him back.
The international pedigree does not stop there for Kelvin Olivera. Two-time Kings World Cup winner, was the MVP of the tournament last year, scored the winning goal this year. You have someone that's delivered in big moments like that, and now you get him back in the MASL, and it feels like he'll fit right back in.
Absolutely, and I think for this Utica team that's just, in a way, desperate just for a little bit of life, and that's that extra bit of positivity. You know, a team that's lost 8 games in a row. You know, you want to see a little bit more positivity and that flair, and I think Kelvin will bring that to the team.
Big moves at the deadline for Utica City as well. Emmanuel Belliard traded to Baltimore. Nilton de Andrade, last year's MVP for Utica City, sent to San Diego. In return, Juancho Salazar comes in for Utica, and then the final one, Mershad Ahmadi, sent to St. Louis as well. Salazar's a player that had a lot of good pedigree in San Diego. They really like him there, trying to add a little bit more life to this offense.
Yeah, and he's the one that gets me really excited as well. You know, fan favorite in San Diego, was struggling for playing time in California, and has come to upstate New York, and I think he will be in the lineup straight away. You know, I think he can make a really big impact down the stretch.
It is two teams on losing streaks that they're trying to turn around here as we get to the closing few weeks of the season. Milwaukee, Utica on MASL TV when we return.
At Aquavino, every meal is a moment. Whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event, enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family one plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! What a save! What a save!
And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Babe's Restaurant and Bar believes great food brings people together. From comfort classics to crowd favorites, there's something for everyone. Open daily for lunch and dinner, plus brunch on the weekends. Come home to Babe's.
Welcome inside the Adirondack Bank Center as we get set for Utica City FC and the Milwaukee Wave alongside Nicholas Whaley. I'm Arnaud Fokrell. Nicholas, we talked about it. The storyline for this game is the return of Kelvin Olivera, but we didn't get to talk much about Milwaukee and how down they've been as of late. 3 straight losses, including a loss against St. Louis where they had a lead and gave it up in the 4th quarter. What do you need to see from this Milwaukee team to get back in the win column?
I think just find that goal-scoring form. You know, it's the highest scoring team in the league. And have just given up too many easy goals as of late, and all 3 of these defeats have been by a 1-goal margin. So I wouldn't put, I think Milwaukee are certainly up there in terms of the elite contenders for the MASL title. And they were in the top 2 for most of the season. You know, just this little downturn of form, I don't think shouldn't define their season. They're looking to secure a playoff spot. and they have one of the best players, arguably the best player and MVP, and could be the MVP, Alex Sanchez. Look out for him today.
Saucy Sanchez and the rest of the Milwaukee team making a trip up here to Central New York. After this game, it is 5 straight home games to close out the year for Milwaukee in the regular season. Utica City after this still has a couple of home and away matches, including Friday at Baltimore. Kelvin Olivera, how good is it to say his name again, stands at the Utica City FC logo at center field, alongside a starting pair of Manny Silva, Willie Spur, Juan Alava, Toy Tavares, and in net, Brian Wilkin returns after missing the away trip. On the other side for Milwaukee, it is Willie B. William Bonahene steps in net alongside starters Oscar Flores, Max Ferdinand, Alex Steinwasser, Alex Sanchez, and Mike Da Silva. And funny enough, we thought it would be Kelvin to get us started. Instead, it is Milwaukee to get us underway. Wave come in 4th in the MASL, 10-6-2. Utica 4-10-3, sitting in last. Not mathematically out of it yet, but we spoke with interim head coach and general manager Tommy Tanner before the game. He said this is as much of a must-win as a must-win can be.
Every game down the stretch will be a must-win for Utica, and you can pick off a good win here against a really good Milwaukee team. Anything can happen.
Whistle blows, and we are underway inside the Adirondack Bank Center. MASL action continues after 2 games on Friday. 2 games today, including St. Louis in action as well. Right away, it's Milwaukee with possession, led by head coach Marcio Leite. And they'll possess in the defensive half, but really solid team in terms of passing structure moving forward as well. Last time these 2 teams met, it was a 7-6 Milwaukee victory exactly a month ago on February 1st.
Yeah, I mean, these are 2 teams that really are well matched. Good high scoring, good flowing soccer we've seen from both teams so far this season. Utica just haven't been on the right side of scorelines as of late. You know, they've lost so many of these 1-goal games. And you can say the same about Milwaukee as well in the last 3 games, like I mentioned. But, you know, I think we will really see a test of both teams' defenses and offense as well.
Olivera drops it off to Alava. Kelvin Olivera in 12 regular season games last year with Utica. 29 goals. There wasn't a regular season game he played where he didn't score a goal. He started off his time last season, 4 consecutive hat tricks as well. I mean, the goal scoring prowess is there. We know about it. We've talked about it all season long, wondering if he'd be back, and now he is.
And he's fresh off of an 18-hour travel day, fresh off the plane, ready to go. It's going to be exciting to see.
Launched off the boards. Andre Hain did well to look for the run of Ian Bennett, and Hain keeps up the pressure here. Dealt with by Utica. Only as far as Derek Huffman. Huffman's a player that hasn't played in Utica for a while. He was suspended the first meeting between these 2 teams here this season, as it's worked back down low. In early goings, it is all Milwaukee in terms of possession. Saw one stretch where Calvin and company had it, but right now Milwaukee comfortable to just keep possession of the ball, work it around, find that opening.
Yeah, the patience will certainly be key today. I think Utica, I like the way they're set up at the moment. Just absorb that pressure and just wait for transition. We know how dangerous the likes of Junior Pinolo are in transition as soon as he gets on the ball. But, you know, this is a Milwaukee team that's just looking for that quick start. You know, they were ahead 5-3 in the 3rd quarter last time out, and they just need to hold on to leads like that. Cannot afford in this league to give up easy goals because it can just change on a dime.
First appearance in action for Lucas Nestis out of Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Played a college career at Marquette, where he was a 3-time Big East All-Academic team member. As it's worked down low to Ricardo Carvalho off the board. And into the hands of Brian Wilkin. Carvalho caught the bottom edge of that crossbar and was inches away from an opening goal. And now here's the press from Milwaukee. Wilkin goes long, it's headed away, and right back into the hands of Wilkin. He's got Olivera up ahead. Olivera brings it down, Willie B comes out to meet him.
See how quickly things can change. Olivera, he's frustrated off the ball. He just knew he could have done a bit better on his touch, and that's one part of his game that's, I think, underrated, is his pace in transition. You know, we know how good he is with the ball at his feet and his eye for goal, but it's that pace that he can really just catch defenders off guard.
So Milwaukee reset after the foul on Toy Tavares. Scored his first 2 goals of the season, both of them against Kansas City last weekend. In fact, it was the first 2 goals of the game, including a shorthanded goal, as Utica look for Olivera again. And it's cleared away by Willie B. That was actually Juancho Salazar, the intended target. Recent acquisition from San Diego, acquired in a trade with the Sockers. Utica sends over last year's team MVP, Nilton De Andrade. And we spoke with Tommy Tanner about it before the game. He said when an opportunity like that comes for a player that he's had such a good relationship with, he has to be okay with Nilton taking that step to San Diego.
Yeah, and I think we see a little bit of movement. This Utica City team just needed a little bit of a refresh, and I'm excited to see what they can do. Sanchez
fires, and it's saved by Wilkin. Chance in transition as they look for Kelvin. Here is Olivera. Kelvin rolls it. Salazar. And Juancho just misses. Kyle Genrich will reset. Pressure comes for Alava. Wilkin will drill it up ahead, and Olivera, a little bit of miscommunication. Willie B throws a strike down the near side. But right away, you can tell that this Utica team wants to get Kelvin the ball at his feet.
Yeah, and that's the question mark going into this game, is does Kelvin have the service that is required to really get the best out of him? It'll be expected that he's got 2 on him in any offensive scenario, but does that open up the space for someone else like Juancho, who's making his first appearance for Utica? Excited to see what he can do and what he can bring to the table.
Silva steps away on the near side in transition. Manny Silva's got pace, and he's got a step, and he fires a shot high into the netting. I think you were here when we saw Manny Silva go coast to coast against Baltimore. It was a great passing move by Utica. That's exactly what he brings to this team, is speed and transition.
And it's something we need to see more from. You know, in a lot of ways, he's got so much pace and is underrated with the ball at his feet as well. We've just got to see him get on the ball more in more positive areas.
Genrich sliding down. Well, clear it away. Willie B steps out. And he will play it long. He had gained the yellow line, so no 3-line violation there. As it's fired up off the boards, this one will hang in the air for a while. It is dealt with, and Genrich will step to it. Trying to find Pinal. Through ball slipped out wide for Wilkin, who will angle it off the boards. Utica in transition, find Pinal. Option out wide as Pinal drives. There goes Pinal. Still Pinal. Fires, and it's blocked away by Milwaukee. Sliding effort to clear it away by De Silva.
De Silva did unbelievably well there. Read Pinal perfectly.
Here's Juancho. Player that San Diego liked having around, well respected by the fans, gave a lot of effort, but was just struggling for that consistent playing time, and he might have that here. Here's Kelvin. Olivera fires and scores. How good is it to see Kelvin back and scoring for Utica? A stunner to start things off.
I mean, ice in the veins, cool as ice. And that's what is one of the best players that we've seen in MASL. Absolute top corner. Took it himself. He just needs a little bit of wiggle room, and there's no stopping that.
Bar down and in for Kelvin Olivera, who is back with Utica and scoring like he never left.
I mean, what a goal. There's no other way to put it. It was beautifully put in that top corner. You know, it's an absolute honor to see Kelvin Olivera playing again in upstate New York, because he is, like I said, one of the best players we have seen in the Major Arena Soccer League. Plain and simple.
So much was made of the time he spent here last year, the 12 games. The Kings World Cup dominance over the past couple of seasons, the Kings League and G3X. It all works out for Olivera to come back to Utica one more time this season. As Pinal loses it in the corner. Milwaukee's not going to back away from any challenge. They'll fire it down and keep the pressure high. Angled off the boards. Genrich the first to it. It finds Wancho. Good turn by Alves. He's pressured by a couple. Genrich helps him out. And Genrich's got some space. Bodies up ahead both ways. He finds Wancho. He fires just high.
I think that was the wrong pass. That time from Genrich. Should have played Tavares in. He had more space on the right, and Tavares would have had a shot first time with his favored right foot as well. Big opportunity for Utica.
But already you're seeing two new faces. One of them, of course, not as new as Wancho, but both of them involved early on. A couple of good runs by Juan Salazar. As Andre Hain plays it down low. Running onto it, it's Tanner Hodgson. Hodgson off the boards. Rebound. Spur back heel away. And it already feels like Utica's playing a little bit more free now that they know they have a true goal scorer in Kelvin on the field.
I think for Milwaukee, it's just that final ball that hasn't gone their way.
And right on cue, another great ball off the boards as there's a shot fired wide. The Wave keep up the pressure.
That was De Silva, I think that time. We got the shot away. He's been everywhere defensively and going forward. I mean, that was a great shot. That was just to the right of the post.
A ball out of play takes us to our first media timeout. 5:55 to go. And who else but Kelvin Olivera to score for Utica City FC. The home side lead 1-0. You're watching.
At Aquavino, every meal is a moment. Whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event. Enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family one plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! What a save!
Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center after the first media timeout. 5:55 to go after the defensive clearance. Here's Milwaukee. Rolled out wide and blocked out of play by Utica City FC's captain Logan Roberts. Roberts scored a stunning goal the last time Utica played here. It was against St. Louis, scored the opening goal of the game. On the volley, just caught it, lifted it into the roof of the net. As there's a good backheel flick by Andre Hain. But already, we saw the impact that Kelvin Olivera had in this game, but there's no shortage of forwards that Utica can turn to now. You've still got Gordy Gerson, Joey Tavernisi, the veteran line out there, as well as a very highly touted youngster in Francesco Pagano, who Utica is very excited about. Nice. Player who's local and won a national championship with Syracuse University.
Absolutely.
Here's Steinwasser. Speaking of outdoor talent, Steinwasser played USL League One with Union Omaha. As Milwaukee reset, Osqueta lost his footing for a moment, but recollects.
Yeah, Milwaukee have had so much of the ball, especially since the goal, and the 3 or 4 shots that they've had just they haven't been on target yet. Hasn't really forced Wilkin in net to make a big save.
Here's a turn by Flores. He's into space and just wide. Good drag and turn by Oscar Flores, but just couldn't find the finish.
Yeah, Flores, he knows how good of an opportunity that was. Just the wrong side of the post. Smash against the boards in frustration.
Still Milwaukee keeping the pressure high. Worked out to Osqueta. Osqueta, second chance ball in, clipped over by Utica. Took a deflection out for a restart from the corner spot. As they work to get the ball up from the netting.
Oh, we're so close.
There it is.
Go.
Got the job done eventually, and Milwaukee will reset from the corner spot.
You feel that a goal for Milwaukee is coming, though. It's just goal, shot after shot after shot, and a Wave team that has been so good at scoring goals all season long, 122 on the year, most of anybody.
We'll see what Milwaukee conjures up here.
Look at Sanchez here, bottom of your screen.
They'll circle it around to Andre Hain up top. He'll go off the boards, and Wilkin reads it well to collect. Olivera. Utica still looking for Kelvin. Here he is now. Kelvin fires, saved by Willie B. Not the most convincing of saves as Wancho has it. Wancho boards, back and just high. Headed in.
Oh.
And Kelvin has it denied by Willie B. Genrick still has it. Oh. Save, rebound, scored. Kelvin again. It is Kelvin Olivera's world, and we are just living in it. 2-0 Utica.
I mean, it's never giving up. 3-4 shots fired in at goal, just tipped onto the bar, and all of a sudden, and Kelvin first to the scene. It was a really good shot attempt from Genrick, and Bennett did ever so well to get that block in, but Kelvin read it perfectly and headed it into the back of the net. Nothing that Willie B could do. And in a flash, it's 2-0 Utica.
And Willie B made about 4 saves in that progression of play. Denied the first chance, had the header he denied. And Olivera just stuck out a toe and did enough.
This is where Milwaukee just had a bit of a downfall in recent weeks, is that just lack of concentration on defense and just not clearing their lines. And that's why Utica have a 2-0 advantage.
Brought down on the far side. Willie Spur off the boards, but only as far as Nestis. Making his first MASL appearance for Milwaukee. The rookie headed away by Utica. Restart coming from the far bench side. I mean, Nick, you and I spoke before the game. We knew that the offense would try to run through Kelvin, but we were always wondering if it was too much, if there's too much attention on Kelvin. And it seems like there just can't be enough. As here goes Utica the other way. Outside of the foot pass to Pagano. And good flying clearance to come in and make that stop by Steinwasser.
I mean, look how quickly Utica broke forward there. Milwaukee did well, though, to get numbers back. Just need to see a few adjustments here from a Wave perspective. It just feels their heads have dropped a little bit.
As Silva fires in, it's deflected on the way through. It may have hit off the back of Pinal. Spur has a little bit of room here. Silva off the boards in front, and the shot from Spur was tailing away from goal.
Oh, that I think at least has to get put on target there from Spur. Got the better of his man, And he got his right foot to it, just needs to turn it towards net. Just hooked his foot around the ball.
Here's Pinal.
Almost just need a little bit of a hit with your toe in that scenario.
Pinal receives the pass from Wancho. Pinal fakes the shot one way, still dancing. And eventually shepherded away by Max Ferdinand. 10 blocks on the season for the defender. Sliding in, bodies on the ground, and it's a foul on Utica, so Steinwasser wins possession for his Milwaukee side.
Yeah, Steinwasser did well there. Just made sure to get his body in front of the ball. And yeah, a few reinforcements now for the Wave.
Angled off the boards. Tavernisi defending hard. Back up top to Nestis. Down low, here's Max Ludwig. Shot comes in, blocked away by Tavares. Tavares looking for the break. Instead, Milwaukee deal with it. Under a minute to go in the first. Utica City FC lead 2-0, both of them off the foot of Kelvin Olivera. Huffman. Angled up again. Milwaukee have half a minute to pull at least one back. And big contact between Genrick. Looks like Tanner Hodgson also involved there. Two of them just colliding, and Genrick is the guilty party.
Yeah, I think a little bit of protest from the Utica players who thought that should have been a foul in their favor, but I think Genrick was the one who got to the ball just that slight bit later.
Well, funny enough.
Yeah, well, we just reversed the decision. We did.
And with 20 seconds left, Utica tried to play in Kelvin really quickly, but
not sure I've seen that in a while.
Seems as though Kyle Genrick spoke it into existence with 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Here's Kelvin. Shove comes in from Oscar Flores. Excuse me, that was De Silva on the defensive side of the ball. And all of a sudden, Utica looking at the goal saying 13 seconds is more than enough time.
We've only lost less than 7 seconds since that previous stoppage.
10 seconds for Kelvin. He'll fire, saved by Willie B. 8 seconds to go. Spur has it off the boards to himself, and Willie B collects. That'll take us to the end of the first quarter. It is Kelvin Olivera with both goals for Utica, and the home team lead 2-0 at the end of the first. We'll step aside. You're watching the MASL on MA.
At Aquavino, every meal is a moment. Whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event, enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family one plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Babe's Restaurant and Bar believes great food brings people together. From comfort classics to crowd favorites, there's something for everyone. Open daily for lunch and dinner, plus brunch on the weekends. Come home to Babes.
Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center. It is a 2-0 Utica lead. We've got a long extended quarter break here because Utica City FC is celebrating Bosnian Heritage Night inside the Adirondack Bank Center. So in order to honor that, we're going to send it down to the sounds and sights here in the Adirondack Bank Center on Bosnian Heritage Night. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of that as we've got 3 minutes until the start of the second quarter. Alongside Nicholas Whaley, I'm Arnaud Fokrell. And Nicholas, it's exactly what we expected out of Utica City FC. We knew that they were going to try and find Kelvin early on. They did exactly that, and Kelvin responded in a big way.
Yeah, he did. I mean, right away, and we were saying just a few moments ago off air, just every shot that Kelvin had, it feels like it goes straight on target. And, you know, he has that little bit of wiggle room and just always finds a way to make the most of it. And, you know, he's such an important outlet for this Utica team. And to be fair to Milwaukee, you know, they've defended him pretty well. You know, they've limited him to 3-4 shots, but 2 of those have gone in the back of the net. So, you know, it'll be an interesting to see how the Wave respond, because they've had a majority of the possession in the first quarter. Just the shots that they've had just haven't tested Brian Wilkin enough in the Utica net, but the shots have come as well for Milwaukee. We need to see a little bit more of Alex Sanchez, get him a little bit more involved, because we know how deadly he can be. There's a reason why he has the most goals in the league. So definitely look forward to seeing a little bit more from him in the second quarter.
Mitre is the official game ball supplier of the Major Arena Soccer League. Established in 1817, Mitre is one of the leading soccer brands worldwide and produces some of the best soccer balls in the world. Learn more at mitre.com. The MASL is also brought to you by Capelli Sport, the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL Fan Store for the latest MASL and team gear. If you think you can predict the MASL, head over to NXTbets.com to place your wagers on all the MASL action this season. You can also stream games live on MASLplus.tv and replay the game on demand. Clip it, share it, live it again. Make sure to favorite your team to get instant updates on every game. The MASL did just wrap up Heart Month in February, so a successful month in terms of reaching out to different AHA organizations. Here in Utica, we saw the Play for Heart game, which saw MASL Commissioner Keith Tozer come in and tell his story about how 3 months ago his life was saved in an airport because someone knew how to do CPR. And that's exactly what the aim of the month was within the MASL, was to increase awareness in that moment. We're closing in on the start of the second quarter as we wrap up Bosnian Heritage Night here in Utica. You have to think with this longer break as well, it kind of benefits Milwaukee to see how Kelvin is playing, and they can now make a bit of an adjustment. It's almost like a short halftime.
Yeah, it is a little bit, you know, a little bit longer than we normally have for in between quarters. So it gives a little bit of time for both teams to just get that little bit extra rest, and it'll be interesting to see if that has any impact for both teams. Kelvin in particular, of course, who's, like we said, has had a long journey here today, had a few delayed flights, and it was a bit of a it was a question mark of when he would get here. He only got to the arena an hour and a half before, and not by choice, if that makes sense. So maybe he's already got two today. But we'll see some big things from the Wave, I think, in the second quarter.
We'll get into the specifics that we heard about Kelvin's journey here in a moment, as we're back underway to start off quarter number 2. I did want to notice that right as the players were sort of coming out, as Utica fire a shot to goal, it's up into the air. And there's a foul on Manny Silva in the process. As Willie B was making his way to the goal, he sort of stopped at Kelvin. They laughed for a little bit and then, said their goodbyes. Earlier in the week, when it was announced that Kelvin was coming back to play for Utica today, the entire clips of videos that were posted by the league were all Kelvin scoring on Willie B, whether it was here in Utica at the All-Star game or games between the Wave and Utica. So it's good to see that there's no bad blood between the two of them, even though Willie B got clipped a little bit on social media. As here's a break for Milwaukee the other way. Dealt with well by the Utica press. And all the way over to Willie B. Gio Alves will step in and find Olivera. Willie Spur has it. All the way back to Olava. Now a shot comes in, it's saved by Wilkin. Second chance, deflected off the boards. It falls to Steinwasser, and then the return shot by Sanchez goes well over.
Yeah, it's not the first time we've seen Milwaukee get into right at the top of the circle and just lean back, and we see Steinwasser do that as well already in this game. And he's just so, you don't expect that from him in particular. You expect him to just have head over the ball and just hit it low and hard, but a little bit better from Milwaukee, though, to start this second quarter.
Wilkin will reset for Utica City. First look at Utica's newest trade acquisition in Juancho Salazar. After his trip up from San Diego, interim head coach Tommy Tanner said Juancho wanted to come as soon as he could and get involved with the team and want to play. I think that goes to show exactly what San Diego loved about him, is just the willingness to go out and compete. As there's a shot over the bar. And here is Juancho. He's got Pinal well ahead of him. Here is Junior. First time shot. Rebound off the head of Willie B. A crazy run of events. But Willie B does enough.
I'm not sure he knew too much about it in the moment.
There's a challenge flag on the field. Seems to have come from the Utica City bench.
That looked like for handball. That's what interim head coach Tommy Tanner is signaling. I didn't see one, maybe in the box initially.
We'll hear from senior referee Ryan Sigic right now.
Utica challenging for a potential blue card on the goalkeeper for a handball.
Ooh. So blue card, handball outside the box. That was David Bosick that actually gave us the call. Sigic has already got the headset on. Willie B didn't even know about it. He had no clue where the ball was. I don't think there was anything there.
If it was when the ball ricocheted off of the boards, but he was in the box at that point. Yeah, no.
Initial save with the feet. He's on the way back up here.
His back was to goal anyway.
Nothing there. Yeah, maybe hit off like the back shoulder blade. I don't think that was anywhere near the hands.
I don't see anything there.
Oh, maybe they're looking at right on the outside.
But this is
Derek Huffman they're looking at.
Maybe,
the player.
yeah.
Here's a review call. Signing who has a mic. Someone's got to talk. Ooh. So no handball by the goalkeeper. Maybe they were looking at Huffman as well, because we saw it there. It looked like maybe off the midsection hand area, but because Utica wanted it on the goalie, that's the only thing they were looking at.
Yeah. So I'm not sure I saw. I'm not sure. If anything, at this point, it's just a waste of the challenge flag that Utica won't have now for the rest of the game.
So either way, it feels like an early call because, like you said, Nick, you lose it for the rest of the game. And especially with a 2-0 lead early on in the second quarter, you still got over 30, 40 minutes of soccer to go. Feels like maybe Utica pulled the trigger a little early on that challenge.
Yeah, we'll see how big of an impact that will have on the rest of the game, like you said, Arnav, because we still have so much of the game to go.
Here's a chance. Kendrick chips it over Willie B. Contact in the corner boards and a foul called on Milwaukee. Score is 2-0 Utica City. Kelvin Olivera's got 2. You know the scorebook says zeros, but 2 goals in the first quarter by Kelvin. They've got that fixed now.
Yeah.
Rolled across to Gio Alves. Back to Spur. Calvin dances one way. He'll go the other. Fire, and it's up into the netting. Ambitious. He wants a deflection called, but he won't get it.
Yeah, he was certain that they just took a clip off of the Wave defender.
Rolled all the way back to Brian Wilkin. Closing in quickly was Flores.
It was interesting. I was getting concerned there that Wilkin didn't come out there. Flores got some really good pace.
Backheel flick out wide. Moving across. Nestis has been pretty involved in his MASL debut.
And Flores, we need to see a little bit more from him. He's one of the tallest players on the pitch, but so good with the ball with his feet and brings that physicality.
Right on cue, Flores taken down.
Yep.
And it is a call against Utica. I mean, you spoke that into existence, Nick. I mean, the physicality by Flores, using his size to his advantage, and they're reviewing here right where that incident happened, just outside of the box. Good placement on the foul by Tyson Santos.
Yeah, Flores is calling for a card there. I'm not sure that warrants enough for a penalty.
But it is a dangerous opportunity for a Milwaukee team that's looking for some consistency on set pieces.
Yeah, Sanchez standing over this one. Wouldn't be surprised if he takes it.
Sanchez will fire off the bar and out. A close call for Utica. And Sanchez, the second chance is blocked away as well.
I mean, the post and the bar hasn't been Milwaukee's friend today. It's the third time that they've come so close.
As Wilkin makes a stop, he'll go to Tavares. And the ball escapes the back heel of Tavares in the air and up into the penalty box where a couple of photographers are standing. Here's a shot in from Nessis, off the boards and scored! The Walla Scora, and right on cue it is Flores to find the net for Milwaukee. It's 2-1.
Yeah, right place, right time. Just saying how I wanted to see Flores get more involved in the game. It was really nicely done off the boards. And took it ever so well, did Flores. On the half volley. Takes really high level skill to just hit that controlled in the air into the bottom corner. No chance for Wilkin in net. And the Wave were bound to score at some point in this game. And now all of a sudden Utica, the lead is cut in half.
It is the first assist of the career. A very young MASL career in his debut. Lucas Nestis comes up with the pass off the boards and the Walla Scora by Flores to cut the lead to just 1. Utica haven't had that much space in behind for Olivera as it's played up top to Pinal. Back to goal, Junior Pinal, that's where he likes to operate. A little bit of a shove there, and it is called on Pinal.
Yeah, Junior's been frustrated in this game, hasn't been given really any space when he gets on the ball. And his happy zone around the top of the arc. Milwaukee have done really well to just neutralize him.
Wilkin comes across, makes a save on the boards. 9:17 to go. Rolled up by Silva. Silva's got a step. Came awkwardly off the board, so he'll reset. Back to Toy Tavares.
Yeah, Silva does really well to just get towards the boards. It's just about that final ball, cross goal, or the 45 ball to the top of the box that is just missing it from his game at the moment.
Cesar Correa called for a foul. The shove in the back of Olivera. Correa, formerly of Utica City FC, 10 games in the 22-23 season before making his way to Wisconsin. Roll to Olivera. Clipped in, Gerson. High in the air, Olivera had his hands in the air, didn't want to get too much contact from Willie B. And Willie B will throw it out to Andre Hain. It's dealt with by Utica. Spur has it, trying to turn through two into space. And him and Hain go down. A lot of contact, but Milwaukee come away with it.
That was a good battle right there.
Biggest thing was it was a clean battle,
Absolutely.
too. No fouls involved between the two players. And now here's Olivera. Took some contact on the play. And now the whistle will blow. It's a blue card being shown. We'll see what the call is for here. They've got...
It was a challenge on Olivera, I think. Oh.
Too many men. So 6 players out on the field without Willie B, and now it is going to be a power play for Utica City. The Utica City team on the season on the power play 16%. Milwaukee team at 70% on the kill.
I mean, it happened so quickly. The officials down below us, they were quick on it.
Rich Abel and Bjorn Soley the off field. And out to serve it goes Max Ferdinand. And Utica, golden opportunity to regain that 2-goal lead here with the man advantage. Spur, Pinal. Spur. Olivera goes down low, he'll get it back. Pinal. Sliding challenge in as Spur has it. Needs an option. May have to go back to Wilkin and does. Olivera walks it up. 30 seconds gone on the power play. Spur, Pinal. A little bit of give and go. Pinal, ball roll, has space and misses high and wide. Olivera gets it back. Back heel flick, looking for the return. It escapes everybody. Back to Pinal. 50 seconds to go. Olivera fires, saved by Willie B. He'll get it back. Olivera headed away. Golden chance. Now with 50 seconds on the power play. And Milwaukee hold on to possession in the corner. A gritty defensive showing so far. Here's Kelvin. Kelvin fires. Willie B.
Wow.
Acrobatic.
Great save. Really great save from Willie B.
Kelvin reloads again. 30 seconds on the kill. It has been excellent from Milwaukee, highlighted by Willie B. Here's a look at that save in the bottom right corner. Kelvin got some space. Here's Pinal, deflected in front.
Another great save from Willie B. That was through traffic as well. Just as good as the first one.
A minute 45 gone on the penalty kill. And the defensive tenacity from Milwaukee has been nothing short of impressive. As the clock continues to tick here. It shouldn't be, but 6:23. They took about 7 seconds off the clock.
I think we'll see the officials fix the clock there, but yeah, you see the save from Willie B was fantastic. And has been.
With 6 calls, runway 26 break, we're on.
Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center. 2-1 lead for Utica. 15 seconds of power play left for the home side, as Pinal will move it forward. Been out there basically the entire power play. 10 seconds to go. Olivera. Down low, here's Silva. His shot fired high into the air, and Willie B comes out. He'll dive on it as Ferdinand is released. Excellent penalty kill from Milwaukee, and can't say enough about how good Willie B has been all of today, but especially there.
I mean, he's an all-star for a reason, and he's been brilliant all year.
Moving quickly the other way, but Manny Silva does enough. And Wilkin curls it ahead. Pinal took an awkward bounce off the boards. Steinwasser collects. That's Alex Steinwasser. Brother Javier not in the lines today for Milwaukee, as it's cleared away by Da Silva. Out for a corner. Reset from the corner spot for Utica. 2-1 lead, under 6 minutes to go. In a game that's slowed down, but not for lack of offensive chances.
Certainly not. It's just Milwaukee haven't had that same energy and same high-quality possessions that we saw in the first quarter. Only one shot here in the second.
Gerson kept possession for Utica. Turned wide. Olivera, he's got some space, and he's got a shot. And again, it's Willie B. A big-time save.
And the acrobatics were required in a big way for Willie B. That was fired in, and that was going in. It would have dipped right at the last moment. Probably in off the crossbar. And the Wave goalkeeper keeping Milwaukee within one.
Flip back out, and Olivera will play it back to Kelvin. Olivera's been out there a long time. Surprised that he hasn't gone out for a change just yet, but the match fitness is clearly still there, and right on cue, he'll head to the bench. As here's Wancho. Genrick plays it to Alves. Alves down to the corner, Pinal. Overlapping run. I guess underlapping run by Wancho. Not found, but Utica keep possession. All the way back to Tavares. Here's Wancho. Off the boards, out in front, and Milwaukee deal with it for the moment. Genrick wins it back, high up the field for Utica. He's shrugged down. And now Steinwasser on the break. Tavares, right place, right time.
Really good defending from Tavares there, and Genrick, who is just, it's never ending, is always running. Even when he loses the ball, he's quick back to his feet.
Fired in. It got to the near boards, but Willie B hangs on. MASLsoccer.com is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more, visit MASLsoccer.com. You can also catch MASL Monday every Monday night on MASL TV and CBS Sports Golazo Network. Alice Bastivansky and Phil Levanko are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. There's a whistle on the field. Here's a call.
Wow.
It's the second too many men on Milwaukee. And again, sometimes you'll see the challenge flag come out on these, but if you know what happened, there's nothing to challenge in Milwaukee. Decide not to. Head coach Marcio Leite will watch his power penalty kill unit back out on the field.
They did well though last time out, but yeah, again, a mistake that just cannot happen, especially twice in a quarter. That's the first time is an accident, the second time is just lack of focus. And especially when you're down by one, and now that means Oscar Flores is off the pitch, you know, it's the last thing you need.
He is the goal scorer for Milwaukee, Flores. Kelvin's got both for Utica, but 2 minutes of power play soccer for the home side. Alves. Spur. Pinal. Kelvin's lurking on the far side as Alves fires, and another great save by Willie B. Got out, made himself big, and tipped it up high with his left forearm.
He's keeping Milwaukee in the game at the moment. He's been absolutely excellent in this quarter. 4 or 5 really good saves from Willie B.
A little bit of rotation as Utica played up, intended for Kelvin, and Cesar Correa read it all the way. It's almost like him and Gordy Gerson were teammates at one point. I say that because they were. 2022-23 when Gordy was actually the team MVP that season for Utica. He had 22 goals, 19 assists that year. As here's Spur. Alves has a lane and a great block by Correa. And that hit him in a very unfortunate place. But the play is still live. Correa's got to react, and he does. To keep shape defensively. Back post for Gerson. Just missed. Olivera with 1:07 to go on the power play. Pinal. Spur. Kelvin. Angled in and just wide by Gerson.
Gerson's just hanging out right on the goal line. Moving side to side. It nearly paid off.
Spur. Pinal. Give and go. Kelvin. It's in. Gordy Gerson let it go. It's a hat trick for Kelvin Olivera. And K9 is biting with a vengeance. It's 3-1 Utica.
Anything he touches turns to goal. It feels like Willie B again did well to get a hand to it, but too much power behind it. Olivera cannot give him that much time and space, even on the power play. The hats go flying, and the hat trick and the dream starts for Utica. The dream half for Kelvin Olivera on his return to upstate New York. Brilliant.
2.5 minutes until halftime. Kelvin Olivera's third. And the power play. After a careless too many men penalty, the second of the game against Milwaukee. Now can the Wave respond yet again? Wancho has it for Utica. Cutting in, it's left out wide again. Sanchez. He's been eerily quiet. You feel like something's coming for Sanchez here soon. Always finds a way to impose himself on a game, and the talent's been there.
He's just been playing too deep. He hasn't gotten on the ball enough, hasn't gotten into those attacking areas enough either.
This may be the chance as it's taken wide and also shot wide. Rebound is blocked away. It's a second shot that Sanchez has had blocked. Rebound falls for Flores. And there's a little bit of contact through the back of Joey Tavernisi. And if there's one thing the MASL veteran knows how to do, it's win a foul, especially in the defensive half.
Yeah, De Silva tried to get ball side of him, couldn't do so.
Olivera, back to goal, to Wancho. In his Utica debut, after spending the first 2.5 seasons of his MASL career with San Diego, Kelvin draws the foul.
Yeah, it was Derek Huffman there, just a little too much into the back of Olivera there, and I think easy free kick.
Of course, priority number one, keep Kelvin healthy for Utica City. What a year it's been. Year and a half, really, for Kelvin. Rolled in. Last minute of the second quarter, first half. As Kelvin will sit back on the defensive end. Alves. Kelvin goes off, 45 to go. Alves, toe poke, and Willie B scrambling across. Makes another stellar save.
That was a needed save as well. That was going for the right corner.
Pinal. Is there something left in this half for Utica? Tavares. Spur. All the way back to Alves, and with 20 seconds to go, this game is just a reminder of what could have been if Olivera was active all season long for Utica. Of course, circumstances and things led him a different way. But he's back for today, and he's already got a hat trick in the first half. Kelvin Olivera's 3 goals have Utica up 3-1 on the Wave. Oscar Flores found a response at the beginning of the second quarter, but Kelvin fired right back on the power play. And that's where things stand at halftime. And Nicholas, it just feels good to see Kelvin scoring in the MASL again.
It does, you know, he provides that next level ability, that flair, the eye for goal. Every shot that he has had, it's felt like it's been on target. You gotta give credit to Willie B. He was excellent in goal for the Wave in the first half. But Kelvin is just one of the best.
We're gonna send it
back here in Utica. Tell us, how does that feel?
Feel amazing. I mean, I love this place. I love the energy of the fans. And, you know, I'm just having fun playing what I do the best in my life. So thank you a lot of all of the fans. And let's go, Utica.
That first goal, you came out here, you made it immediately. What was that moment like for you?
What? Can you repeat? My English is bad.
Yes, he's asked me to repeat it. Yes, Kelvin. That first goal, what was that moment like for you?
I think that this goal gives me confidence to play the rest of the game. I mean, it's the first game in the season, and I play a different way to play soccer in my country. So this goal gives me the confidence to keep playing the rest of the match.
Thank you, Kelvin. Everybody, some noise for Kelvin.
At Aquavino, every meal is a moment. Whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event, enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family one plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Babe's Restaurant and Bar believes great food brings people together. From comfort classics to crowd favorites, there's something for everyone. Open daily for lunch and dinner, plus brunch on the weekends. Come home to Babe's.
Halftime on MASL TV. Arnav Pokrell with you as we've got Utica City and Milwaukee at the break. I'm joined by Francesco Pagano. Francesco, your soccer career started in Central New York. It's still in Central New York now. What has this place meant to you?
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot. Being born and raised, you know, like you said, in the area is a huge deal. And yeah, I've been here my whole life, and I remember as a kid going to Silver Knights games, meeting the players, and so I think it's been like a full circle moment to, I know it's not Silver Knights, but still to play for this team.
For you had a college career that spanned 3 years at Syracuse. You won a national championship. What was that moment like for your playing career?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's definitely, I would say it's probably the peak so far. I hope there's more, but no, it was a special group of guys, and it was special to do it in Syracuse, you know, where I went to the games as a kid, and you know, do it with my younger brother and a few of my teammates who I grew up playing with. So It's been special.
You mentioned your younger brother. You just saw him play in the MASL 2 game. What's it like knowing that both of you guys are playing indoor soccer now and in the same sort of building, in the same sort of organization, whether it's Christnick M2, Utica City M1?
Yeah, it's special. He had a nice assist today, so it was good to see him get on the stat sheet. You know, I know it means a lot to him as well, so it's special.
It's a place where you also started playing indoor soccer with Christnick. That whole adjustment from outdoor to indoor, we talk about it so much, the speed of play. What's that been like for you, making that adjustment to the indoor game?
Yeah, it's definitely difficult. Being an outdoor player my whole life it was definitely a change, but you know, the guys here are great. The M2 guys are also great. Tarek has been a huge help. Tommy, and then even Everton while he was here did a great job teaching me the game, kind of giving me little tips and tricks on, you know, how to cheat the game and you know, like work your way around the adjustments. So it's been smooth. Definitely had some bumps in the road, but the guys have been great in helping me out.
You mentioned the coaches, but also there's some veteran players there in Gordy Gerson, Joey Tavernisi coming back recently. What's it been like to talk to them and learn from them and how long they've been in the indoor game?
Yeah. No, they're still helping me. I mean, even this week, Gordy was helping me, staying after training. But Joey's been a huge help recently. You know, Juan and Logan have been around, so they've been a huge help. Joey definitely knows his way around the boards especially, so I'm trying, hopefully I have a career as successful as Joey and Gordy, but no, they've been a huge help.
Talked about the attacking help. It was announced that Kelvin Olivera is coming back. I know he just got in last night, but I'm sure you've seen the media and the clips and everything, and you know, what's the vibe been like around the team knowing that he's back for this game?
Yeah, excited, and not just the team. I know the arena is going to be excited too. I saw the posts and everything, so it's going to be an exciting day. Hopefully we can get 3 points and get the energy going today.
For you, final question while we have you. I mean, you look at your first year, you got that first goal against San Diego. What was going through your mind when you saw the ball at the back of the net?
Yeah, I was excited, definitely. Took longer than I would have hoped for, but I mean, I was just excited to see it go in.
I think I'll correct myself. It was Kansas City, right?
Yeah, Kansas City, but whatever. Hopefully more to come for sure.
That's Francesco Pagano, one of the rookies for Utica City FC as a target forward for this side. That's halftime on MASL. It'll continue after the break on MASL TV.
At Aquavino, every meal is a moment, whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event. Enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family one plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Babe's Restaurant and Bar believes great food brings people together. From comfort classics to crowd favorites, there's something for everyone. Open daily for lunch and dinner, plus brunch on the weekends. Come home to Babe's.
What's up, soccer fans? Alex Bastiavansky here, back in the MASL studio. Hope everyone had an absolutely fantastic week. A lot went down over the past few days in the league, and I am here to tell you all about it in just 5 minutes. So let's go.
There is a piece of the back wall out. Another opportunity. The goal is missed. And an opportunity. And the
creative, fast,
and a game
strong,
winner. It is
agile,
19,
dependable. Just
the
has that
overtime winner by
special something.
Baltimore against Empire.
What
Not
makes
without
a great player?
controversy, though.
Same
Look
thing
there,
that makes a great
piece
vehicle.
of the wall
Let's go,
on the field
Utica!
of play, but the play was allowed to continue.
Davidson of Rome.
Regardless, it was the Blast coming away with the 5-4
Proud
victory.
sponsor of
Blast
the
had a
Utica City
fantastic
Football
weekend.
Club.
They hosted Milwaukee on the 21st and managed to hold on for the 7-6 win. Ups and downs all season for the Blast, but they are definitely on the upswing once again. St. Louis is the hottest team in the league at the moment, and they flex some muscle against Utica City. The worst blowout in the MASL so far this season. 13-0 St. Louis takes it. Robbie Christo with 4 points. San Diego and Tacoma. Stars legend Nick Pereira returning to his old stomping grounds and adding salt into the wound. He had 2 goals in the game to help the Sockers drop the Stars 5-2 the final score. One positive for Tacoma, though. Danny Waltman recording his 2,000th career save in the MASL. Now in his 11th campaign in the league, Danny has spent all of them with the Stars except for one campaign with the Comets and one with San Diego. Congrats, Danny. And we talked about St. Louis being off the charts hot right now. Well, they took on Milwaukee on the 22nd. They went into the Lions' Den and knocked off the Wave on the road 7-6. That is the 5th straight win for the Ambush. Utica's woes continued on the 22nd in Kansas City, although they showed much better than the day before when they lost 13-0. Much closer than this one, but the Comets still came away with the 6-5 triumph. And Empire finished the week off on a strong note, hosting Tacoma. The Strikers flexing some offensive muscle of their own as they were all over the Stars like a bad rash, beating up on them 10-2. And congratulations, the Baltimore Blast legend Tony Donatelli, who was added to the Blast Hall of Fame on the 21st. Donatelli played 10 seasons in the MASL, all with the Blast, putting up 169 goals, 164 assists, 333 points in 186 games, helping Baltimore to 4 league titles along the way. A true legend. Congratulations, Tony. Your scoring leaders right now, Alex Sanchez taking over top spot with 40 points, followed closely by Rian Marquez of KC with 38. Mario Alvarez with 35. Zach Reggett fading a bit right now with 33 points, and Junior Pinal rounding out the top 5 with 31. And your Capelli Players of the Week, Paulo Nascimento in goal from St. Louis. His teammate, Daniel Torrealba, picking up the offensive honor, and Robert Palmer from Empire getting the defensive nod. Let's start with Daniel, who may be the best pickup in the offseason for any team. St. Louis got him from Texas. He had 9 points, 5 goals, 4 assists last week. What a save! What an incredible year he's had. 4 points, 6 blocks he had for 3 games. And in goal, Paulo Nascimento is making a strong case to be named the MAS.
And now it's your turn to save here at Masterville Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at MastervilleHyundai.com.
Plays of the week now.
Make your move to Masterville Hyundai.
Find some
Life doesn't wait for an appointment. Neither should your injury. If it's a sprain, a strain, a simple fracture, Rome Health Orthopedics can see you now. Same day or next day visits for minor orthopedic injury with on-site imaging and prompt diagnosis, getting you on the path to healing. Skip the ER. Save time, save costs. Rome Health Orthopedics. We can see you now.
World-class care, state-of-the-art robotic technology, and a staff who cares about you is why Central New York Brain and Spine Neurosurgery offers the best for you and your family's health. Dr. Q and his staff will provide you with the highest quality care and the highest quality outcomes. Don't accept being referred anywhere else. Choose the best. Central New York Brain and Spine Neurosurgery, where Dr. Q cares about you.
Jaw drop, hits 4, comes
Warm
back
up
up
at Stewart
Canali
Shops.
with the
From
goal
hot coffee
of
to
the
soup,
week.
hot
What a
entrees, and
highlight reel.
cheeseburgers.
There is a
Stewart Shops
piece
is a great
of
place
the
for a
back
quick
wall
bite that will
out.
warm you up
Another
and
opportunity. The
satisfy your
goal
cravings
is
this
an
time of year.
opportunity
You'll
and
find
the
more choices than most
capitalization.
fast food
And a
restaurants, like the
game
delicious
winner. It
meatballs,
is
the
number
crispy chicken
19,
sandwich,
Jairo
chicken tenders,
Guevara.
and the endless
that's all the time
combinations
we've
of
got
make
for
your
this
own hot
week's show,
dogs
but
with
just
free
a
meat
reminder,
sauce.
stay
You're
up
in
to
and
date
back on the road in no
everything
time with a
that's
hearty
going on
meal
in
that
the
will keep you
MASL
going
all
all day.
throughout the
Warm up
season.
at Stewart
Be sure to
Shops
check out
with
the
great,
league's
easy
official
food.
social media outlets.
What's your story?
See you next time.
What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica.
At Aquavino, every meal is a moment. Whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event, enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family one plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Babe's Restaurant and Bar believes great food brings people together. From comfort classics to crowd favorites, there's something for everyone. Open daily for lunch and dinner, plus brunch on the weekends. Come home to Babe's.
The same thing that makes a great vehicle.
Let's go, Utica!
Davidson of Rome.
Nice.
Proud sponsor of the Utica City Football Club.
Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center. It is halftime between Utica City FC and the Milwaukee Wave, and Utica City have 3 by way of Kelvin Olivera. His hat trick in the first half has the home side up 2 on Milwaukee. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and MASL Arena on Twitter. You can also visit MASLsoccer.com, which is your home for everything Major Arena Soccer League. All the latest news, leaderboards, highlights, and more. Also new for 2026, staff writer Joseph Reyna and veteran coach Mark Litton explain the game with perspectives from both sides of the glass in the MASL's newest show, Soccer Signal, with in-depth data analysis, comprehensive breakdowns, and exclusive interviews from coaches around the league. Don't miss Soccer Signal every other Thursday on MASL TV. The most recent episode of Soccer Signal came out. The topic was goalkeepers, and alongside Nicholas Whaley, I'm Arnaud Pockrell. Nicholas, we've seen one goalkeeper in particular stand out in Willie B. What a game he's having.
Yeah, he has, and he's really kept despite the fact that Milwaukee are behind, he's kept them in the game. You know, 2 goals is really nothing in MASL, you know, and I think we'll expect a little bit more of that offensive prowess that we've seen from the Wave all season long. We just need to see a little bit more from the likes of Alex Sanchez, just get more involved in the game. Max Ferdinand as well. Haven't seen a lot of him at all in this game. And, you know, it's just surprising considering just how good this Milwaukee team has been. Steinwasser as well, we want to see a bit more from him. You know, he's got 12 goals, 12 assists on the season, hasn't been really involved. Oscar Flores did get that goal for Milwaukee, took it ever so well, but they just haven't, especially since the first quarter, haven't shown how good they can be, and I think we'll see some adjustments in the second half.
There was an MASL debut assist for Lucas Nestis of the Wave. The Pewaukee native found the ball off the boards that Flores took on the volley. That's a lone goal of the game for Milwaukee. Kelvin Olivera's got 3, including 1 on the power play. And Brian Wilkin with 4 saves in the first half. Closing in on half number 2. And Nicholas, I want to ask you this. If you're Marcio Leite, I think first things first, the message to the team is you have to play clean. Too many men penalties in the second quarter, one of them leading to a goal.
Yeah, and that's really been, that's why we're back to this 2-goal margin, is because of, I guess, it is a careless mistake at that point. Too many men on one time during a game, it's like, oh yeah, okay, it can happen. You know, in MASL, you're doing the substitution so quickly. But to do it twice in the space of 5 minutes, that just goes more towards carelessness, and you just cannot afford to do that, especially in a game that is so evenly matched, I feel like, so far. Kelvin Olivera is obviously the difference so far, and we'll see what the Wave can do in the second.
Getting ready for a kickoff in quarter number 3. Kelvin Olivera, first half hat trick to separate Utica from Milwaukee. And again, it's just that reminder of what could have been. But of course, the Kings League in Brazil, where he is now also the president of the team that he plays for in G3X. And a really, really lucrative opportunity to continue being in his home country and playing soccer there. And although it hasn't been announced, I'm sure we'll see a little bit of Kelvin back in the States for TST. Maybe something that's been in the cards the last couple of summers for him. We'll see if he makes a return to Cary in the summer like many MASL players do. We're underway in quarter number 3. It is Max Ferdinand on the ball for Milwaukee. Back to Ferdinand on the near side. Rolled up ahead. Open man is Flores, and it's saved by Wilkin. Really good first look of the game, but now a break the other way. Tavares is shrugged off the ball by Mike Da Silva, and Ferdinand can move the other way. This is one guy, Nick, that you said you needed to see more of, and already we've seen a couple of good passes in by Ferdinand.
Yeah, it's the first time we've really seen him press forward that little bit more. Milwaukee likes to get their goals from deeper positions as well.
As there's a shot from distance, headed back into the hands of Wilkin. Kelvin will take it on the boards. Back heel flick to Tavares. Over to Genrick. Alava. Juancho. Up to Kelvin again.
There's good use of the boards from Olivera there. I mean, it's crazy to think that he goes from a different brand of tight space soccer that doesn't have the use of the boards, and then like you heard him say at halftime, like that first goal gives him the confidence, you know, because it is a different brand of soccer, and should be very. He was utilizing the boards really well. It's so important.
Kelvin fires in. It's deflected away. He would score 7 if he could. Just to give one final hurrah here in Utica. Pinal. Alves. And early on in that first quarter, we saw Milwaukee really push the pressure higher up the field. They've kind of dropped off, especially in quarter 2 and at the beginning of quarter 3. Not really confronting Utica high up the field like they did in that first quarter, the first 10 minutes of the game.
Yeah, and I'm honestly surprised if the move is to give Utica a little bit more of the ball, because the Wave had so much of the ball in that first quarter and looked to capitalize on the counter-attack.
Dealt with by Manny Silva. Tyson Santos will roll it up ahead for Calvin. Calvin up on the boards. Dances away from pressure and plays it out wide. Santos, option up ahead is Juancho. Juancho's last time scoring in the MASL was against Utica City. It was in San Diego at home when he was playing for the Sockers back then on the 7th of February. That capped off a 4-goal in 3-game stretch for him. Across, Genrich, wide. Great feed by Olivera, but Kyle Genrich couldn't collect at the back end.
Oh, Genrich was just off balance there. The touch with his right foot was so good, it almost was stuck to his foot. Had to do with take the shot with the outside of his foot, but didn't get the outside of his boot enough on the ball. So just wide, but this Utica offense has really come alive.
Here's Juancho. Pinal. Poor pass back by Pinal, and now the counter is on. And speeding away, the save comes off the back of Wilkin. He didn't know where it was until he collected and played up to Juancho. He's been really impressive, even if he hasn't scored. Juan Salazar, the recent acquisition from San Diego, I think it's exactly what Utica need. High energy forward who can look at the field and assess the options really well.
Yeah, when he's gotten on the ball, he's been very positive, and it's like you said, Arnav, exactly what this Utica City team needed.
Whistle blows for a foul on Huffman, well behind the play. Him and Pinal tied up.
Yeah, those two were going at it all along the boards.
Wanalava resets to Manny Silva. As play continues, under 11 to go in the third quarter. Still 3-1, that's how it was at halftime. Alves. He's shoved down, but no call. And now Milwaukee can break. Utica doesn't have the challenge flag either. Keep an eye on that.
Yeah, we asked that question after the challenge flag was thrown for the handball that just wasn't a thing in the first quarter.
Here's Silva. And Pinal can reset. He'll actually head off to the bench. And Utica will move it all the way back. All the way up to Genrich. He's got some room. Across and off the post. That was 4 for Kelvin right there. He may have a chance at it again. Off the boards. Genrich pokes it away. Gio Alves will fire it up into the netting. And Kelvin, head in his hands, can't believe he missed that one.
Oh, right, just the wrong side of the post again. I mean, both teams have come so close so many times. But what a touch from Kelvin. The ball in was great from Genrich as well.
Shot quickly the other way. Rebound spooned high off the foot of Max Ludwig.
That was to Silva the other way. He has so much pace, and we saw it a lot in the first half down the wing.
And the ball actually hit the ceiling first, so it's a superstructure violation right at the yellow line. Willie B comes out and wins that one cleanly.
The vertical of Willie B there was really impressive.
And it may have spurred an attack forward as well. Pinal did well to close out and commit defensively. Utica can break the other way. A little bit of contact between Tavares, but nothing doing. Juancho, one-on-one. Juancho scores! Welcome to Utica. The recent trade acquisition finds the net. It's 4-1. The challenge flag has come out from the Milwaukee bench, and you have to say this is one they'll want to look at. There was an incident with Toy Tavares right in front of the Utica bench. Let's hear the call.
And this will be interesting here because you can see there it was Tavares and Ferdinand that tangled up. Both players stopped, and that's where I'd be interested to see if the referee believes this is a foul by Tavares.
They're going to roll this all the way back to the start of the possession. Nothing there on Pinal. Clean win. Juancho plays it out wide, and then right here, like you said, Ferdinand Tavares, a little bit of contact, and then Ferdinand just stops.
They stopped, were waiting for the referee's whistle. Is that an indication that it was a foul? I'm not sure it was.
See a little bit of that sort of coming over the back and making the contact from Tavares. Tavares is also one of the highest foul total players in the MASL, if not the highest. He's always up there.
This will be the best angle we have.
Right there. There's two hands on the back of Ferdinand, but then he just stops.
It's the weight of Tavares onto Ferdinand was why he stopped. Listen for the decision.
Continue to discuss. And here's the decision.
After review, the call that was confirmed, there's no foul, it is a goal.
No foul, it's a goal for Utica. The first in blue for Juancho. And here's the last look, and I think it is. I mean, both players just stopped. Yeah. Tavares as well. You could have kept going if for Ferdinand. Tavares backed up, had both hands up, and I think that's where the decision is made that, okay, Tavares let go and Ferdinand could have kept going.
But we have to give credit to Juancho there. Finish was spectacular. Took it so well on his left. I mean, what an addition he will be, I think, for this Utica team. You saw the celebration aimed at Kelvin. And, you know, it took a little bit longer for it to be confirmed, but a great way to start your Utica career.
Spur picks up the assist as Utica regained possession. Under 9 minutes to go. Utica looking long to the captain, Logan Roberts. Let's go back to those sort of mental mistakes that Milwaukee had. Too many men penalties. Don't really expect that out of a side coached by longtime MASL legend Marcio Lete. Then Ferdinand, who's another MASL veteran, just kind of stopped and let the play continue.
And I honestly think that definitely factored into the referee's decision was if you're waiting for the whistle, that's the rule number one in any form of soccer is play to the whistle. And if you don't do it and you just stop, if it was maybe a foul or not, I still don't think it was. I don't think there was enough contact for it to be deemed, especially a foul that would warrant a free kick. You know, it's tough. You know, there was contact on Ferdinand from Tavares, but you know, if you're stopping and waiting for a referee's whistle that never comes, and that leads to a goal, that's like you said, Arnav, a mental mistake.
So Utica will reset with a 3-goal lead. Here is the most recent goal scorer, Juan Salazar. They call him Juancho. Here's Kelvin. He scores. It is simply beautiful to watch Kelvin Olivera play soccer here in Utica. 4-goal night, and Utica lead 5-1.
It was just like how Kelvin started the night with his left foot on the turn into that top left corner. Same goal as well. I mean, with his back to goal, you would think that he needs a bit of help, but no, right to the top corner.
That'll take us to the media timeout. Kelvin's got 4 and Utica lead. Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center. Calvin Olivera and Juancho, the 2 goal scorers. The only difference is Kelvin's got 4, Juancho's got 1, and Utica lead 5-1. Cabelli Sport is the official and preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL fan store for the latest MASL and team gear. Back after the media timeout. Olivera's 4th of the game has Utica up 5-1. But more impressively, the defensive effort by Utica has been impressive to back up a guy who is scoring 4 goals like Calvin is.
Certainly, I think as well, in the sense that Utica's defense has really hurt them over the last few games. You know, obviously the game against St. Louis, where if it wasn't obviously it wasn't as bad as the scoreline really showed, but at the same time, you needed a bit of a boost on defense, and we've seen that in loads today. I think Tavares has been excellent for Utica today.
Played out wide to Pinal. Here's a look at that Wilkins save. It was pretty comfortable down to his right. And now back to Alava. Angled up ahead to Willie B. And he'll jump up and corral this. 6 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. We came into this quarter with Utica up 3-1. And Utica has added 2 since then. Juan Salazar scored 1, and Calvin Olivera scored his 4th of the game.
I mean, the defense from Utica is so good that it shows what a good performance it's been from Utica City. It's Milwaukee haven't lost a game by more than 3 goals all season long.
Back to Flores. Flores fires, and Wilkin makes a stop. Flores has been the danger man for Milwaukee. He scored in the last time these 2 teams met as well, right here in Utica. And it feels like every time he touches the ball, he's got something positive for this Wave side, which has been few and far between so far.
And absolutely, his physical presence is good, but also how good he is with the ball at his feet, good soccer IQ as well, and just needs to get the rest of his teammates involved.
Tavares tried to run along the boards, but it is dealt with by Milwaukee. Now circling back the other way, the Wave, this is more of what we saw in that first quarter. Possess, move, find a little bit of open space, and keep shuffling the ball around until you can get a shot on goal. As there's Osqueda blocked away by Utica. A stretching effort on defense, and the slide tackle on Tavares. They will eventually call it. Saw originally Ryan Sigic wave his hand say no, but I think he realized with the contact to the ankle, foul's given.
Yeah, I think the ball was just away from the challenge initially. Tavares did well.
Here's Kenrick. Up ahead, Kelvin, backheel flick. Juancho, can it be 2 on his Utica debut? Instead, Kelvin gets called for the push.
Oh, and he can't believe it. It looked like a trip initially.
Sigic had his eyes on Kelvin the whole way through. The senior referee for today's game, and also the MASL head referee. As this one's fired, saved by Wilkin. It's hard to say a goalkeeper's had a comfortable game because the saves are always tough, but with the way the defense has been in front of Brian Wilkin, all of his saves have been balls that he sees all the way through, that he sees into his hands.
Especially comparatively to the game that Willie B has had. You know, he has seen 5 goals go past him, but at the same time, he's made a good 6-7 very important saves.
There is contact on Sanchez, who comes up a little bit tight on that ankle, and he'll walk it off. It is a free kick upcoming. For Milwaukee. Rolled across. Sanchez wanted it. Kelvin and Sanchez both pulled up at the end there as it's fired over. If either of them had gone for it, that's a shot on goal or a breakaway.
The 2 best players on the pitch just going head-to-head there. Either one didn't know what to do.
Now rolled out as Utica restart. Here's Wancho. Trying to find Kelvin as he holds on to it, plays it up ahead. Wancho runs onto it. Lost his footing a bit in the corner, so he'll reset. Played out wide to Kelvin. Rolled across, wide open. Willie B's on the ground, and Alves misses. Olivera will fire just wide.
That ball from Kelvin for Alves was exquisite. I mean, just beautifully played in.
Here's Wancho. He's already got one, and Willie B makes a stop. The ball was out of the box, so he had to play it with his feet, with his back on the ground. Good awareness by Willie B. And it could spring an attack here for Hodgson. Hodgson cuts inside, and the sliding block by Genrich does enough for the time being. Action really picking up here at the end of the third.
Genrich is just that kind of player that just never gives in, will not give you any space, will always be on your heels. Really great defending there.
Mike De Silva resets. Acquired from Harrisburg, the native of Nigeria. Has played now in 10 games with Milwaukee, 2 goals, 1 assist since his acquisition.
Needs to be a bit more movement off the ball here from the Wave. Utica set up nicely in their formation, not giving in.
Rolled to goal, pushed away by Wilkin. And Kelvin's up along the boards. Now here's Cesar Correa. Across to Nestis. Turned over. Break could be on here, but both Kelvin and Tavares pulled up.
Yeah, that's one part of Genrich's game that just needs that little bit more refinement, is just his what to do when he does win the ball back. He does such a good job at winning it, but it's that next pass, that next phase of play.
There's a great turn by Carvalho. Thought he got pulled, but because he's able to get the shot off, no foul called. And yeah, it's still hard to think. I mean, Genrich is in his second year in that transition from the outdoor to the indoor game. As this one's played ahead, Francesco Pagano. Rolled across to Spur. Left for Gerson. And Tyson Santos will reset on the defensive side.
Yeah, Pagano just took too long there against the boards. Didn't think he had as much time as he had.
Silva watches it down. Steinwasser doesn't have to hold it. Final minute of play in the third. Spur. Penal cuts inside. Finds Santos. Penal again. Flicked back. Tyson Santos will reset. Santos again. Penal. It's been about 30 seconds of Utica just passing around looking for an opening. And now they get Kelvin back out on the field. Penal fires, took a deflection on the way through. Still in play as Silva has it. Flicked ahead. Willie B comes diving out. Olivera. Spur to goal. Penal on the swivel. Blocked ahead, rebound. Dealt with by Willie B. Foul called on Penal for a push at the goal line on Willie B. And in the final 6 seconds, almost a chance for Utica.
Once again, Willie B just doing everything for the Wave at the moment. I mean, putting his body on the line. What a save there. Otherwise, that's a guaranteed goal. Even though it was a foul in the end. Amazing effort.
Final seconds tick off. There's the buzzer for the end of the third quarter. It's 5-1 Utica. Kelvin Olivera's got 4, and in his Utica debut, Wancho has 1. Utica lead by 4 at the break. You're watching the
At Aquavino, every meal is a moment. Whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event. Enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family one plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Babe's Restaurant and Bar believes great food brings people together. From comfort classics to crowd favorites, there's something for everyone. Open daily for lunch and dinner, plus brunch on the weekends. Come home to Babe's.
Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center. Action continues between Milwaukee and Utica City alongside Nicholas Whaley. I'm Arnaud Fokrell. And Nicholas, I mean, how do you stop Kelvin at this point? He's got 4 goals on the night, still 15 minutes to play.
Yeah, you can't. In a lot of ways, you know, there's a reason why he's one of the best what he does. And it's been difficult because a lot of the times there's been points in the game where he has been defended really, really well. But he gets on the ball and it takes 2 seconds for him to spin away from his defender and have a shot at net. And every shot that he has is on target, so which has meant that Willie B has been really, really active. He's been busy, and as a result, it's been 4 goals for Kelvin. But we've got to give credit to Juancho Salazar because he has also been excellent. Has been this bright spark that Utica have really needed, and obviously got his Utica career often flying in a positive way.
Capelli Sport is the official and exclusive preferred uniform and apparel provider of the Major Arena Soccer League. Visit MASLsoccer.com to shop the all-new MASL Fan Store for latest MASL and team gear. You can also get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams by following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram and at MASL Arena on X. Still 15 minutes left for Kelvin to make an impact, which he already has. As we're underway in the 4th quarter, back heel flick. Genrich sliding across, tried to find Kelvin on the return and lost his footing. I mean, that 10 seconds after the start of the quarter would have been something to really set this building on fire.
I think Genrich has to just smash it against the boards and get it across goal. And it'll give Kelvin an opportunity right away to hit it first time, but you know, they're playing with fun now.
Empty net now for Milwaukee. They go to the extra attacker early in this game. Sanchez. 15 minutes of an empty net would be a crazy conversation to have, but it seems as though Milwaukee is comfortable to do so. Worked in. Turnover. Gio Alves is triple teamed. Sanchez saved by Wilkin. Contact out wide. Sent long by Utica. On first glance, it looks like Ricardo Carvalho out there with the extra attacker jersey on. As this one's rolled to goal and sent wide by Utica. Sanchez rolled across. Shouts for a handball.
Oh.
And this one will reset it. They'll review. They can review this, although both teams have lost the challenge. The referees can initiate a review. But right now, Milwaukee wants it in the box. I don't think they're going to get it.
Yeah, I'm not sure it was. It was at least right on the edge. This refereeing crew have done a really good job at pinpointing where fouls have been, especially in and around the penalty arc. I'll have a good discussion about it.
Play will restart at the top of the arc. It is Carvalho, the extra attacker. Pink jersey at the bottom right of your screen. Ferdinand. Carvalho fires, and it's saved by Wilkin. Punched away, but it's in the net. Wilkin with a swing and a miss, and Milwaukee have one back. It's 5-2.
Yeah, absolute chaos inside the penalty box. It looks like it was Max Ludwig who got the final touch. Flores was up for it there as well. We'll see it here. Wilkin has to get a punch on it. Might have barely taken the touch off of Flores. Could even have been an own goal. You know, still a 3-goal cushion, but the player up with the extra attacker has really worked in favor for the Wave.
Believe that'll be Flores. He may have gotten that slightest nod towards goal after the Wilkin save. But if you're Brian Wilkin, that's one you maybe want back. Just a complete whiff on the punch there, out of play.
Oh.
Pinal and Correa contact, and Correa is sent almost head over heels into the penalty box.
This is where Utica have to be careful, is that you don't want to have unnecessary fouls that end up being blue cards and power plays for the Wave.
Utica had too many men. A very clear call there. More than obvious. And there it is.
There
the
we
blue card
go.
shown. I mean, Kelvin ran out there, but Utica already had 5 on the floor. He tried to run back before play started, but very obvious, too many men.
And we said the mental errors from Milwaukee in the second quarter, but it's now Utica's turn to make those sort of mistakes. The foul from Pinal, and now too many men on. And it does mean that Gerson has to go into the penalty box. 2-minute power play now for Milwaukee.
I'm somewhat surprised that Milwaukee, after success on the extra attacker, don't try to go extra attacker here and go 6-on-4.
They don't have anything to lose.
But with a 3-goal deficit, they'll keep it 5-on-4 in the power play. I guess the reasoning is here, the most you can get is 1 goal on the power play before it's back to 5-on-5. As here's one rolled in, and Wilkin pinches it on the post.
For half a second, it looked like it just sneaked under the left arm of Wilkin.
He'll throw it long. Kelvin is at 5. He's double teamed, and he goes down, holding the knee. And that's not something you'd like to see if you're Utica, but able to get back up and run away.
5 against 3 here.
They get Kelvin off. Still 5-on-4 for the next minute. First power play of the game for Milwaukee. Carvalho back to Ferdinand. Played up top. Ludwig fakes one way, back out the other way. Fake shot, saved by Wilkin. No handball there as it's off the boards. And then a handball on Milwaukee the other way as Flores is called. So a couple of shouts for handball for Milwaukee, none of them successful.
Yeah, it was a good save from Wilkin. It was flashed right at him, but had to be alert. But in that moment, Utica just have to clear their lines.
As this one over the head. And Kelvin, good to see him back out on the field. He takes more contact on the boards. And Utica, you got to protect him a little bit now in Kelvin Olivera. Of course, you want to keep him out there, but very clear that the physicality is going to step up on Olivera.
Absolutely, especially when he is the best player on the field in the moment. He doesn't want to come off, though.
Never a player to step off the field, but it was in this very building. He got hurt last year, which kept him out for all of the Kings League season.
Especially on the penalty kill unit. I'm almost surprised that Kelvin is on the field right now.
Here's Tavares, 11 seconds left on the kill. And Wilkin does enough to hang on to possession. He'll go long again to Kelvin. Flick down. Tavares made the run, but couldn't make it happen as Utica kill off the penalty. Back to full strength.
Yeah,
Willie B is going to step off.
Tavares just needed that extra, just that touch, and he would have been right into the attacking zone.
Is this 6 again from
Yeah,
Milwaukee? It is.
It is.
Third time this game, Milwaukee's going to be called for too many men. I can't believe it.
It's inexcusable. When the momentum is on your side. You saw Willie B just start going off, and then then he was told to stay, and that just ends up being a whole just wave of miscommunication. Absolutely did not mean for that to be a pun.
We're seeing Marcio Leite do the VAR hand signal, but right now all reviews have to be initiated by referees. Both teams have lost their challenge.
There we go.
Here's the confirmation of the blue card. You'll hear the call from Ryan Sigich. The third time this game, Milwaukee gets called for too many men on the field.
I mean, all the power plays today have been for too many men on, and you know, we haven't seen blue cards for hard fouls or anything.
So now Max Ludwig will head to the bench. He wants to continue talking to the off-field officials. And Rich Abel, Bjorn Soli, the two. As Utica back to the power play, 1 for 2 today, including a Kelvin Olivera power play strike. 11 minutes to go, and 2 minutes of a men advantage for Utica. Couldn't have come at a better time for Utica. You felt Milwaukee going to the extra attacker with the momentum, but that's a real momentum killer.
Absolutely, and the Wave really had something going for them, were creating good opportunities, got that goal back, and then all of a sudden just too many men on, and a careless mistake.
Alves to Spur. Kelvin. Spur. Kelvin again. Back heel flick. Pinal rolls it. Pinal. Alves off the boards and headed away by Milwaukee. Only as far as Willie Spur. Kelvin again. 4-goal afternoon. Spur.
Utica more than happy to just take their time.
Worked inside, Pinal, out to Gerson, just wide, Kelvin! 2 good chances for Utica, unsuccessful on both. And now the break for Steinwasser. 1 on 3, and Utica do enough.
Oh, when Pinal was played into the box there, he should have just turned and taken the shot away. No, there were no Wave defenders closing him down.
Here's Spur, Gio Alves. Pinal inside again. This time he's got 3 defenders on him. Alves has it blocked away. Osqueda again, uncomfortable spot to block that in. As Pinal worked well. It's Olivera to Spur. He's got space. Spur. And blocked out wide again by Milwaukee. Under 20 seconds of power play soccer left. Feels like you got to find a way to get the ball out to the right side in Kelvin. 10 seconds to go. Spur, ball roll. Through the legs, taken away. Wilkin will push forward with 3 seconds. Don't want to give the ball to Ludwig. And Milwaukee returns to full strength. Here's Kelvin to fire. Saved by Willie B. Rebound headed on by Kelvin. Out in front. Off the corner boards. Chaotic moments at the end of the penalty kill for Milwaukee, but efficient defending from the Wave.
It certainly was. I think Spur had the best opportunity there just to get a shot away. Did a few too many ball rolls, and it just allowed the Wave defenders to close him down, and in the end, a really good penalty kill from Milwaukee. Still plenty of time, though, in this game. A 3-goal margin isn't anywhere near enough to be comfortable for Utica, especially with a Milwaukee team that really does score goals for fun in MASL.
And at the height of that is this man, Alex Sanchez. Ludwig. Ferdinand. Extra attackers on again. For Milwaukee, it's Carvalho out wide. Ferdinand, Ludwig. Sanchez across. Dealt with for the moment by Utica. Rebound falls and scores. It is the captain, Ian Bennett, and the Wave within 2. The extra attacker is working to a T for the visiting Wave.
Well, Milwaukee was patient here, but really good job not giving up. Flores once again at the heart of it. Won the ball back right inside the box, and it drops nicely to the captain, Bennett, who just smashes it home. And the lead is cut to 2. Like I said, a 3-goal advantage is certainly not safe. And now, 8 minutes to go. The Wave are firmly in this game.
Back to Juancho. He'll work some space, but turn it over. He'll get it back. Has to keep it within the 3 lines as he is in the defensive zone. Hodgson will pick it up for Milwaukee. Willie B sprints off again. Extra attacker comes on. Utica defending 6-on-5 yet again. Empty net. This is where Utica's been hurt so much, is on the empty net. They've got to get an empty net goal of their own to really set this game to bed. First, you need control of the ball. Ludwig. Out wide, Carvalho. Ferdinand. Sanchez. Fires wide. It'll fall perfectly. Carvalho. Saved by Wilkin. Ferdinand. A lot of space. Kelvin's the top defender on this 6-on-5 defense. Rolled across to Carvalho again. Out in front. And somehow, some way, it avoids a touch in the box.
Yeah, Roberts, I think, got the touch to turn it away from goal.
Ferdinand. 6 minutes 30 to go. Kelvin sprints out to close down, and Milwaukee pass around it. Sanchez has an opening, but slows it down. Patience from Milwaukee. Fired and it's scored. It's 5-4. It's Bennett again. That'll take us to the media timeout. The Wave with all the momentum as of late. 6.5 to play. Milwaukee 4, Utica 5. We'll be right back on.
Wait, 6 miles, runway 6 break, we're on.
Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center. Milwaukee have stormed back after trailing 5-1. 3 unanswered. A couple of them on the extra attacker to gain a foothold in this game. Now only a 1-goal deficit.
There's a nervous energy in the building.
And it may be true because here's Osqueda off the boards. Steinwasser comes in, defended well by Juancho. Contact is Willie B. I think tripped over the flooring.
Wow. Yeah, going another player up as well, another empty net.
Six attacker back on. Utica rushing out to get back on defense. Fired in, it's scored, it's tied! Max Ludwig! A strike from distance, and it's 4 unanswered. We're tied 5-5.
I mean, what a finish for Ludwig here. Just too much space and an absolute rocket into the top corner. 3 unanswered goals for Milwaukee. And you have to say that attacking just talent that we've expected from Milwaukee coming into the game, it was dormant for the first 3 quarters. It's come alive in the fourth, and we're all level at 5.
Saw Ian Bennett there. That's the experience from Bennett. He screened Brian Wilkins, so he couldn't see the ball until it was too late. And then you saw him jump out of the way at the last second, so he didn't deflect it. And that's where things stand right now, tied at 5. Kelvin Olivera's 4 goals, plus Juancho Salazar's 1. Not enough as the Wave tie things up with 5.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's all to play for. And for Utica, the conversation has to be, need to figure things out on defense, especially now that we're assuming that Milwaukee's not going to go to the extra attacker anymore, but, I mean, they might as well.
And I said 3 unanswered. I mean 4 unanswered goals for Utica. That is, especially all in the fourth quarter alone, that is just not what you, that's just absolutely not what you need for a Utica team that's still in the hunt for a playoff place. We've got Kelvin Olivera has done the hard work going forward, and the defense was so good for 3 quarters. But Milwaukee, the Wave, who's now scored 127 goals this season, the best scoring team in the league, have finally shown up.
It's been mistakes on the back end for Utica. There might be another one here. Asqueta off the boards, rebound, saved by Wilkin, double save, and then a block in front by Santos. Talk about a crazy turn. Here's Kelvin. Asqueta's bearing down behind, and Asqueta does enough to get the block in on Olivera.
What a defensive effort from Asqueta there. Hot on the heels of Kelvin, and did really well to just get in front of the ball.
And Milwaukee does go empty net. You've had success with 6 attackers. Why not? De Silva. Rocket to the back post off the boards. And brought down by Wilkin. Net's empty. Got to go quick. Olivera, the intended target, and he missed him.
What a chance. What an opportunity. I mean, Milwaukee are going to stay with the 6 attackers, but the distribution from Wilkin has to be better there, especially with the empty net.
Here's Ludwig. Most recent goal scorer was him. Back to Ludwig. Sanchez. Back with Sanchez. Ludwig will chase it away. Pressure coming from Utica. Rolled ahead. Carvalho. Acres of space for Ian Bennett. And it's off the bar. Rebound. Saved by Wilkin. What a stop. Second chance blocked away. Spur goes off the boards, but it's only as far as midfield.
There was a lava on the line to keep it level.
Carvalho sandwiched in the corner. Utica has to find a break here. They may have one. Net is empty. Lifted to goal. It's just wide. That's what you need. You have to gain the yellow line before you can try a shot on goal, especially if it's in the air. Ian Bennett will go for goal. Gio Alves turns it over. Wanalava keeps possession. Santos looking for Alves. Foot race to the ball is won by Milwaukee. Pressure comes. All to play for. Net is empty for Milwaukee. They've scored 3 on the 6th attacker. Blocked in front. Alves missed it. This is a gamble of huge proportions for the Wave. But it's paid off 3 times already. Why not go for 4? Ludwig. Sanchez. Ludwig again. Can't give him too much space. Ferdinand. Ferdinand again. Down low, across the face of goal. And Bennett just missed the header.
And Willie B is waiting to come into the game. Carvalho says, keep me in.
2.5 to go. Blocked away, still Milwaukee. Ludwig. I mean, talk about intensity in this moment as Ludwig has it again. He's got some space. Back to Ferdinand. Ball roll. Ludwig, saved by Wilkin. He can throw it in the net if he wants to, but instead Utica will hang on to possession and call timeout. Under 2 minutes to go, all to play for here in Utica. As a timeout's called by Wilkin, and Utica just needs to breathe.
Absolutely. I mean, it has been relentless pressure from the Wave. It has been a strategic masterstroke from Milwaukee, and we're level at 5.
Catch MASL Monday, every Monday night on MASL TV on YouTube and CBS Sports Glasgow Network. Alex Bastavinsky and Phil Levanco are joined each week by special guests from across the league to recap the weekend's games and discuss the league's hot topics. Also another show on MASL TV. If you disagree with the call tonight, you might just see it on the MASL's most controversial show, Under Review with Phil Levanco and MASL head referee Ryan Sigich. Catch it every Friday on YouTube. The lights are bright and the fans are loud. Utica taking on Milwaukee. Stream games live on MASLplus.tv and replay the game on demand. Clip it, share it, live it again. Make sure to favorite your team to get instant updates on every single game. So a lot to discuss here for Utica City FC. But one point of note I did want to point out is there's the other game going on in the MASL. 5-4 the scoreline between Baltimore and St. Louis. But the big note that matters to the trade that happened this week between Utica and St. Louis. Utica sent Mershad Ahmadi for an undisclosed fee. Mershad Ahmadi plays for the first time for the Ambush today, and he scores for the first time for the Ambush today as well. As it is final between Baltimore and St. Louis. 5-4 win for Baltimore. And our well wishes to Mershad Ahmadi, who's on the score sheet for the first time as an Ambush player.
That's a big result in the grand scheme of things as well. St. Louis, of course, at the top coming into today. It will be certainly interesting to see how the last few weeks of the season unfold. It's fair to say St. Louis have seemed like the team to beat, but, you know, teams like the Wave certainly are giving them a run for their money. Baltimore as well in the mix. KC, of course, in there as well.
All to play for. Here's Kelvin. Tried the volley, and it's an awkward save for Willie B. Kelvin's still there. Genrick Tavares missed it. What a chance for Utica. It was there until it wasn't, and now the break is on. Hodgson away from one, and Alava deals with it. No foul called as Alava lifts it the other way. Here's Kelvin. Double teamed. And Willie B collects.
De Silva did excellently there. He stayed calm, did not let Kelvin turn. And now Milwaukee the other way.
Spur takes a man down. It's a simulation call on Cesar Correa. So the warning will be handed. And it's a foul on Milwaukee. Set piece for Utica.
I mean, a huge call. But I think it was the right one in the end. It looked like Correa was going down even before the challenge came in.
So embellishment warning handed to Correa. No Kelvin on the field for Utica right now. Willie Spur up ahead to Gio Alves. A little bit of room for Alves off the bar. Up into the rim of the benches, but it's still live for Utica. Here's Pinal. Quiet game for him as he's dragged from behind. 42 seconds to go. 3 points would be huge for Utica.
Especially for Utica. They want to try and get the win in regulation.
Need those 3 points in the standings, especially with that Baltimore win today as well. Touched back. Kelvin. It's been his night so far. Is it still? Spur! Elvis, half a minute to play. Alava. Kelvin away from one, but not away from another. Alava goes sliding in. Breakaway. 22 seconds to go. Steinwasser away. No call. Silva did well. 17 seconds for Spur. Kelvin. 10 seconds. Kelvin deflected in front. Rebound pushed away. 6 seconds to go. Wilkin could have a go. He does. It's off the boards. And that's the horn. We're headed to overtime between Utica and Milwaukee. Both teams guarantee at least 1 point. But for Utica, especially with a 5-1 lead, it feels like 3 points lost today.
Wow. Well, I mean, what a final quarter. Still, we got extra soccer to come. But, Arnov, you're right. Utica will certainly feel hands on knees for them. But the momentum firmly with the Wave going into overtime.
So a 3-minute pause until the overtime period begins. Overtime rules are as follows. 10 minutes of sudden victory soccer, and then if we're still tied after that, we go into the shootout rounds. There's going to be a yellow card shown here. It seems as though the reaction is handed. It's a yellow card handed to Milwaukee. Refereeing crew today, Ryan Zigic, David Bosick, Rich Abel, Bjorn Soli. And with 2 minutes until the start of the overtime period. I mean, first things first, for Kelvin, you'd love to end your time here with a win. The one game you return for, but second things, I mean, you need the 2 points. More than anything, you need to keep climbing up the standings if you're Utica City FC.
And the important thing here is, in this moment is just to, let's just reset, get back to what we were doing, trying to find Kelvin in those pockets of space that worked so well in the first 3 quarters. And I need to see likes of Tavares, who got into such good positions. His touch just wasn't there. This Utica team were up 5-1. And Milwaukee clawed their way back. You have to give credit to Ian Bennett, who was right place, right time on multiple occasions. Oscar Flores did really, really well. And this Wave team made the adjustments required, were bold on offense, had the 6 attackers for most of the quarter, and the Utica defense just couldn't hold up. And that's why we're going to overtime.
3 goals on the extra attacker for the Wave to climb back in this one and send it to overtime here in Utica. Ian Bennett, Logan Roberts having conversation as they get set for the coin flip. And there is the coin flip. Judging by Bennett's reaction, it seems like Utica won.
Looked like he kicked it away for a second.
So a 5-5 score as Utica and Milwaukee battle it out. And again, the other result in the league, Baltimore, a victory over Milwaukee. And the final seconds tick off. It'll be interesting to see what these two teams decide to do in overtime. Play it safe, go for it. I think if you're Utica, you need to get the win. You have to go for it. Get that extra point in the standings. Milwaukee sitting pretty comfortably in a playoff spot, although they are 4th now in the MASL. The 6-team playoffs, they seem to be pretty set in their position, but again, it's about momentum. They finish out with 5 home games in the regular season. This is the last away game they'll play until the playoffs.
Absolutely. I think for Utica, all guns blazing, I think. Give everything they have. Utica just need to pick up those points to stay in the hunt for the playoffs.
So overtime, 10 minutes, sudden victory. And Utica possess first. Looking for Kelvin. Off the boards. He's double teamed. He'll play it off the boards. Spur will pick it up for Utica. Silva. Gio Alves. Headed away by Steinwasser. Alves. A little bit of contact. And they do call Gio Alves for the foul.
Alves was just second to it. And already you can see Milwaukee are going to do it again with 6 players.
It's worked so many times today for Milwaukee. Why not do it again? 6 attackers in sudden victory overtime for the Milwaukee Wave. Off the boards, out in front. Wilkin, first save, second save, scored! It's ball game! Milwaukee wins 6-5. It is the extra attacker, Ricardo Carvalho, with the game winner. And what looked like a storybook ending to Kelvin's time in Utica quickly turned sour as the Milwaukee Wave score 5 unanswered to win in overtime, 6-5.
Well, the Wave were bold in their strategic game plan in that final quarter. It paid off stupendously. Came back from 5-1 down, and it was Ricardo Carvalho who was that player up, was that extra attacker on the empty net. You got to give Willie B a lot of credit. He kept the Wave in this game throughout the first 60 minutes in net. And in the end, the swan song for Kelvin Olivera ends sour, but it was an amazing performance from him overall. I think Max Ludwig was brilliant, though, as well for the Wave. He really got things going and was creative and a good outlet. And Milwaukee certainly looks like a contender once again.
So Milwaukee will walk away with 2 points on the night. Utica City FC get 1 for pushing the game to overtime, but we'll mention it time and time again. That's 3 points lost for Utica City FC. 5-1, Milwaukee choose to go empty net, and then 4 unanswered goals to push the game to overtime before a loss, and Calvin Olivera meeting with Willie B right at center field. It's no surprise to see the two of them involved. So much has happened between the two of those players in their 2 years together in the league. And one final embrace between Willie B and Calvin Olivera. Here's Regan down low with Calvin.
Kevin, I got to fill you in on our new tradition. Manja Macrina, man of the match. You are the guy today. Not the outcome we wanted, but tell us, how did it feel? 4 goals.
Yeah, like you said, not the way we wish, but it's okay. It's soccer. Somebody has to win. I apologize for the fans. Thank you for all the care, and let's keep working and improving always.
Thank you. Now for our favorite part, we get to open it and we get to eat some pizza. Would you care for a slice, Calvin? Awesome. I'll hold it for you. For Calvin, everybody, make some noise.
For one final time in Utica, Calvin steps off the blue turf. A pure goal scorer, 4 goals on the night, but an overtime winner for Milwaukee. We'll be right back on MAS.
At Aquavino, every meal is a moment. Whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event, enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family one plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Babe's Restaurant and Bar believes great food brings people together. From comfort classics to crowd favorites, there's something for everyone. Open daily for lunch and dinner, plus brunch on the weekends. Come home to Babe's.
Welcome back inside the Adirondack Bank Center. 6-5 Milwaukee win in overtime against Utica City FC. Ricardo Carvalho scored the game-winning goal. He had 2 goals and 1 assist on the day. Max Ferdinand 2 assists. Ian Bennett 2 goals. And on the other side for Utica City FC, Kelvin Olivera 4 goals. Juancho in his Utica City FC debut, 1 goal, 1 assist. Willie Spur also had 2 assists alongside Nicholas Whaley. I'm Arnav Pokral. And Nicholas, the story of the game, Willie B, what a game he had for Milwaukee.
Absolutely. You know, for 3 quarters, he kept the Wave in the game. And, you know, he made 11 saves total, and a lot of them were really important, you know, acrobatic, really showed off why he is an all-star in this league. And, you know, when he did have to come out of the game, he was there waiting on the boards, ready to go, to get back in for his team. You know, and really impressive performance from a Wave team that was just dormant for 3 quarters. They made those adjustments and had made the tactical move to play with 6 players for most of the 4th quarter, and it got them back in the game.
It was 4th quarter dominance from the Milwaukee Wave. A complete flip on the last game they had where they led at the end of the 3rd and then gave up 3 in the 4th to St. Louis. Instead, this time, it's Milwaukee who trailed by 4 at some point in the second half of the game and scored 4 unanswered to send to overtime before Ricardo Carvalho's game winner put the game to bed. What a match to end the MASL year for Kelvin Olivera in his return to Utica. 4 goals. That'll be the stories all around the league, but another big story is Utica collapsing in the back stretch as Milwaukee come away with 2 points and an overtime victory from the Adirondack Bank Center. And for the man to my left and Nicholas Whaley, all of our production crew, including our 2 producers, Reed Poland and Caroline Corneli, I'm Arnav Pokral saying so long from the Adirondack Bank Center. Utica City's on the road before returning home on March 15th. We'll see you then, but until then, be safe, drive safe, and be good to one another. We'll catch you next time from the Adirondack Bank Center. This was MASL Soccer on MAS.
At Aquavino, every meal is a moment. Whether it's date night, a quick lunch, or celebrating a special event, enjoy Italian-American favorites. Aquavino Restaurant, growing our family 1 plate at a time.
What's your story? What moments make life an adventure? Community is where memories happen. At Bank of Utica, enriching our community for current and future generations has been part of our mission since 1927. By supporting local, community-focused organizations, we work together to open doors to education, the arts, and meaningful career paths. Making stories to remember. Bank with Utica.
At Rome Health, we bring the best orthopedic and sports medicine care right to your neighborhood. Our experienced team includes orthopedic surgeons, sports medicine specialists, and physical therapists working together to get you back to the things that you love to do. So whether you need an injection for arthritis pain, rotator cuff surgery, a joint replacement, or help recovering from a concussion, we're committed to delivering superior care to you. Rome Health, the best orthopedic care out there, here.
What a save! What a save! What a save! And now it's your turn to save here at Master Vito Hyundai on Commercial Drive in Yorkville or online anytime at mastervitohyundai.com. Make your move to Master Vito Hyundai.
Babe's Restaurant and Bar believes great food brings people together. From comfort classics to crowd favorites, there's something for everyone. Open daily for lunch and dinner, plus brunch on the weekends. Come home to Babe's.